invite Shape Up Us to the stage. All right, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying the showcase so far, but we are the Shape Up Us team. And we just want to say really quickly, thank you so much to everybody that's either in person or online. We really appreciate, you guys taking a little bit of time out of your day just to sit here and let us yell some information at you. But so my name is Yasmin Calderon Feliciano, and I am studying my first year over at Mesa Community College, Sustainability. And this is actually my very first semester with these wonderful people here at GreenLight Solutions, but I want to give an opportunity for my fellow team members to also introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Lauren Taylor. I'm a freshman here at ASU studying sustainability, and I'm getting certificates in energy and analysis and management of risk insurance. And this is also my first semester here in GreenLight.
We do have another member online, Harshit, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sorry for that. Hello, everyone. My name is Harshit Tyagi. Good morning from my side. So I'm pre-finance student of Safety, Fire and Sustainability from University of Power and Energy Studies, India. And I am IUSHMS certified and currently holding position of Vice President of ASSP, American Society of Safety Professionals. And this is my first semester with GreenLight Solutions. Thank you.
My name is Kailey Saenz. I am at the Maricopa Community Colleges studying sustainability, and this is my first semester in GreenLight.
And hi, my name's Kristen. This is my second semester at GreenLight. I'm so happy to be the project lead for this project, and I am going to ASU in the fall to major in environment and resource management with a minor in sustainability and a certificate in cross-sectional leadership. Now I'll hand it off to Yasmin to introduce our project partner.
Well, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with Shape Up Us is an organization founded by Jill Steinbach. And basically the organization aims to help children and their families adopt healthier lifestyle choices that are both manageable and most beneficial to them. And they do this by providing various forms of education, action-oriented programs, and raising awareness in general. Shape Up Us not only cares about health, but they also care about the community. And that's why part of their vision consists of making sure that children's wellness comes full circle and flows into the environment. And so if you didn't know also, Shape Up Us works with eco-conscious businesses and other organizations in order to ensure that our community is really just receiving the best without jeopardizing or compromising the future. So definitely check them out, but I'm gonna hand it over now to Lauren, and she will tell you more about our challenges with our project partner, Jill, this semester.
So Jill had some pretty clear ideas for what she wanted for us to do for this project. She asked us to create a booklet that addressed how to plan sustainable events. So our job was to research these ideas for planning sustainable events, but the challenge kind of came in when we had to make sure that our information was both relevant and applicable for all events, no matter the size, and also accessible to people nationwide. So another part of our challenge came in when we were trying to decide what sustainable development goals we wanted to address with our project. You want to change the slide? So in order to meet our own efforts for sustainability, we decided to go with the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality education. Specifically, we're focusing on target 4.7, which is education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Again, our project is a booklet, so we aim to help educate people on how to plan these sustainable events. Also, we plan to address the Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is responsible consumption and production. So we focus mainly on target 12.6, which is encouraging companies to adopt sustainable practices and sustainability reporting. So our job with this was to help encourage companies and individuals to make those sustainable changes and practices in their own lives. Next, I'll hand it off to Harshit to talk about our solutions to these challenges that we are facing.
So hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so to plan a greener event and to assist Jill and Shape Up Us with spreading about sustainability, so we were asked to create a booklet. There were a few guidelines to follow. Most importantly, Jill mentioned that the booklet ought to be 16 pages precisely, including the cover and the last page. The guide need to be easily readable and understandable, especially to those who are new to sustainability and need to apply to any event. To wrap things up, the booklet would be more adult oriented compared to her other booklets. The rest ultimately depend on our creativity. So now passing it off to Kelly to discuss our mission and vision. Thank you.
Our mission was to create a 16-page booklet for general tips on how to do sustainable events by the end of our semester. Our mission was to create a blueprint for planning sustainable events while maintaining an interactive environment. In order to help us achieve this vision, we broke it up into smaller goals to help manage this, which Yasmin will now go over.
Okay, so while we were planning for this whole process at the very beginning, we found that there were so many challenges that could come up. And most specifically, the challenge that we found to be a little bit difficult to overcome was the fact that there was so many green guides that offered us so much information about stuff we could actually put into the booklet. And so that made it very difficult to decide on only 7 topics, which is what we ended up doing. But so we did that by breaking everything down and weighing our options. So we chose what really we thought to be the most valuable information to provide to everybody. And you'll see up here that our very first objective was to research how to make events more sustainable. And we decided to measure our progress by the number of resources that we could find, and we decided on the specific number of 10. So we spent a lot of time sifting through lots of educational resources, articles, journals, and things like that, and those provided us with a few more ideas. Our second objective was to develop a very structured outline that we would build off of. And again, that's when we ran into the problem of only 7 topics, because like I said, there were just so much information. But we decided that 7 topics was perfect because it gave us just enough information to build off of while not making it difficult for anybody who might be new to sustainability. We didn't want it to be overwhelming at all. And our third objective was designing the layout sketch. And we basically put this into 2 different parts, and that was developing the sketch itself and then putting the information and photos and all sorts of like little interesting things for you guys to look at onto the actual pages themselves. And we did all of this by collaborating. We had so many group discussions, and it was all just really interesting. And just to see it like come together was really awesome. But so this like the very last objective took the longest time, but we found that in the end it had the biggest return to us, and we were just really grateful for that experience. But I'll let Kristen tell you guys about our specific results.
Awesome. Thank you, Yasmin. So not only did we have an amazing time designing this booklet, but we were also able to meet or exceed all of our KPIs. So for objective 1, we incorporated over 20 resources into our booklet, doubling our KPI. For objective 2, we created these 7 topics as listed in bullet points. And what we did is we categorized all of the best practices underneath these 7 topics. So for example, with sourcing, when finding what items to use for your event, we were, what's the word for it? Oh my gosh. We want to encourage people to go locally, to support their local businesses. That not only helps the community, but it also lowers their carbon footprint. Also, when looking at choosing your venue, choose an area that's close to people. preferably where they could take public transportation, they could bike, they could even walk like we did here. And finally, we did create that 16-page booklet, 8 pages which were already in the hands of our publisher, and 4 pages are right in front of you guys to your left and right of this screen. This also includes our cover page in the top right-hand corner. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Shape Up Us strives to impact people of all ages through education, action, and example. Now, this cannot be possible without the help and support of others. So any amount of support through donations, sponsorships are greatly appreciated, and they go directly into transforming the lives of others. However, there are multiple other ways you guys are more than welcome to help out. For example, you guys can follow Shape Up Us on their social media. To the right is their LinkedIn profile, as you guys can scan for a QR code. You guys can also attend their free health and wellness expos. They're full of activities, entertainment, and booths. They're also where you guys can find all of Shape Up Us booklets. So up on the screen right here are all of our LinkedIn profiles, which you can, again, scan by QR code, or you can look us up. But during this time, we want to show our appreciation for our project partner, Jill, this semester. She has been with us, supporting us, providing timely feedback throughout this whole semester. We definitely could not have done it without her. Though I also want to extend this gratitude towards Jacob, who was our mentor this semester as well. He was with us for almost all meetings. Just showing the time and dedication that he put into it was absolutely amazing. We could not have done it without him. Lastly, I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. Not only did we appreciate your time, but we also appreciate your support for not only us, but also GreenLight as a whole. Without you guys, there would be no GreenLight like it is today. So with that being said, we're more than willing to answer any questions for you guys, and thank you so much. Okay. Ooh, just kidding. Okay.
All right, Kristen, if an event planner could only pick one thing to focus on to make any event more sustainable, what would you recommend based on your research?
Oh my gosh, don't tempt me with that question. I think the most important part is learning what to include in the event. Most often what happens is that people tend to buy things that they're simply going to throw away afterwards, especially with swag that they hand out. It's often just a one-time use and throw away. And what we don't realize is that those little tiny details, they actually cause the most problem and the most impact as far as sustainability is concerned. So knowing how many people show up to the events, how long people are driving, what they're interested in, what they can use, that all goes into making their event the most sustainable.
Cool, thank you. I have a question. So I was here for the beginnings of this process, but how did you guys end up deciding on your 7 categories?
I'm sorry, that was such a long process, but it went through multiple edits. And I think what we did is we just listed everything that came to mind. We went through exhaustion. And then we started saying, okay, maybe we can combine these two. And we were like, no, just kidding. We're going to end up repeating ourselves. Let's separate those two. It was a lot of just matching puzzle pieces. But I think eventually once we got our best practices in there, we were like, okay, I think we can bunch these together. And I think this is separate, and started coming together kind of like a story. Very, very sketchy story at first, but we got it. All right, well, thank you guys so much.